Hi everybody, Frankie here, and we're gonna try something new. And by something new, I mean we're gonna try doing an itsy bitsy ranty vlog every so often using my phone on my very dormant YouTube channel. If you guys like this content, let me know if you actually watch it. If you guys don't like this content, don't let me know, because if nobody says anything long enough, I just will give this up. Anyway, now that expectations have been set, let's talk about what I wanted to rant about today. And what I wanted to rant about today is... it's not really a rant. It's more like a think. I'll start with a story so that this makes more sense. One of my friends recently, not so recently, it was a bit of a while back, got signed to a label. Really great stuff. Huge single launch. Got to appear on national television. Got to film a music video abroad. Fascinating kind of career growth in just a relatively short span of time. And so I was curious, as a musician myself, to find out how exactly this opportunity landed in her lap. So I gave her a quick Facebook message and I sent her a DM and I was like, hey, can you tell me how this opportunity landed in your lap? And she told me, I sensed some hesitance because of the circumstances, that it was because her opportunity had come about because she was posting a bunch of covers on YouTube, and her one of her Facebook network, shared one of her covers, and one of that Facebook network had another Facebook network who happened to be in that record label and took interest in her. And so she got scouted as a cover artist. And she explained to me that she was reluctant to really talk about it because a lot of people in the past had bashed her for having connections and using connections to get to where she was. Now, this made absolutely no sense to me, because having spoken to a lot of relatively successful, or at least active artists, a lot of the reasons why they get any proper exposure at all is through connections. It's the reality of today's society. Nobody is going to put you out there unless someone has seen you first. And so actually having a support network matters a lot. It's not a lot. We tend to operate on this myth that raw talent will somehow expose itself to the world. It'd be too good to ignore. But let's face it, even the classical composers knew that they had to go to a certain known teacher to get anywhere in terms of career. If you have studied classical music history, you'll be able to tell that quote unquote raw talent was not how these guys got famous. It was because somebody else, usually their parents, but sometimes their teachers or helpful priests or whatever, hustled on their behalf. The idea of patronage is as old as music itself, as old as art itself. And so in modern times, patronage has been replaced by essentially network. So what is the point of my long story? The point of my story is that if you have let me rephrase that. The point of my story is that if you are somebody with a very talented friend and you genuinely believe in this person's talent, time, and skills, then on some level, I don't want to say like you have a responsibility to them, but I'm going to say that you have a responsibility to them to show some meaningful patronage, show some support. If you genuinely believe in your friend and their art, whatever that art is, whether it's dancing, drawing, acting, singing, painting, whistling Dixie, I don't even know what whistling Dixie means, help that talent get out there if you truly believe in it. And I know this isn't a big ask because I belong to the K-pop community, and I know just how crazy K-pop fans can get about supporting the artists. We are in the middle of BTS comeback season. I have seen it for myself. I've seen infographics, streaming goals, field marshals going, "Where is your stream?" If we can do that for an already famous artist with a label behind them, how much if we could already dedicate time to that, well, how it's stopping us from dedicating a little bit of that time to supporting the artists around us? I'm not saying in the exclusion of our big, don't get me wrong, please, I'm a BTS fan. I don't want armies hating on me in this. Not that they're gonna find it, haha. But the point is, people don't get where they get because they're talented and the talent naturally makes a way for them. People get where they get because someone believes in their talent and makes that way happen for them. So let's dispel this myth that talent is all you need to succeed in this world. Instead, let's help talented people get to the right audiences. We put too much pressure on artists to not only do their great work, but also market themselves, network themselves, find their own opportunities. Where are they supposed to find time to create when they're hustling so hard? I know artists who have done this and they have burnt out and they've had to just stop because it's way too much. Heck, BTS worked super hard, but they had at least had a label behind them to help them out with the networking and the creating opportunities for them while they focused on creating and actually being good at their craft. So let's let artists do what artists have to do, are made to do, which is focus on their craft, and let us instead, those of us, and I say us because I also include myself in this as somebody who's sort of an artist but not super, I'm in a middling zone where my other art is management. So suffice it to say, let artists do their thing and do our thing, which is to help them find opportunities for people to see that art. Trust me when I say that doing that can make a world of difference. Maybe not necessarily for the artist's pocket, but at the very least for their soul. See, one of the hardest things in the world to be is an artist who knows that their art is never going to get seen. Let's not have people suffer that. Support your local artists. Don't think their talent is enough for them to get by. Let's do our part. Thanks, and see you maybe next time. Maybe not. Probably not. Bye.